Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Welcome to today's presentation. I am Sani Ramdhani as the moderator of today's presentation. First of all, let us praise and thank Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for giving grace so that we can gather in this room in this presentation. The Honorable Mr. Andriana Gapar, thank you as a lecturer in this course. Thank you for giving me time, giving me the opportunity to give a presentation on today's class. And also thank you to all my friends for joining in this presentation. Hopefully we are all given help and this presentation can run smoothly until it's finished. So I am from group 10, which means the last group will present the materials about survey design. So here I want to mention all the points that we'll explain in this presentation. In the survey design chapter 12, there are 8 points. The first is what is survey research, when and how it developed. Second is types of survey design. Third is key characteristic of survey research. 4, how do you construct and analyze mailed questionnaire. 5, design and conduct an interview survey. 6, what are potential ethical issues in survey research. 7, steps in conducting survey research. And the last one, number 8 is evaluate survey research. So without any further ado, first, and the rest of the material will be explained by myself. First is what is survey research. Survey research is design or procedure in quantitative research in which investigators administer or a sample or to the entire population of people described. So, survey research is a method of collecting data from a sample of individuals through standardized questionnaire or interviews. It's used to gather information on attitudes, opinions, behaviors, and characteristics of a population. Survey research is employed in various fields such as sociology, psychology, marketing, and political science. It's especially useful when trying to understand large population or when direct observation is impractical. Okay, next. Next is the types of research design. The first is cross-sectional survey design. Cross-sectional survey design is a type of research method where data is collected from a sample of individuals at a single point in time. In this design, researchers aim to gather information about a particular phenomenon or topic of interest by surveying a representative sample of the population at a specific moment. This approach provides a snapshot of the population characteristic, attitudes, behavior, or opinions at that particular time. It's commonly used in social sciences, public health, marketing, and other fields to understand current trends, patterns, and relationship among variables. And also, cross-sectional surveys are valuable for providing a broad overview of a population characteristic and for identifying correlation between variables. Okay, next is about longitudinal survey design. Okay, this design is like following, okay, unlike cross-sectional survey, which provide a snapshot of population at a single point in time, longitudinal survey tracks changes and development within the same group of people over an extended period. So these are several types of longitudinal survey design. There are 3 types. The first is panel studies. The panel studies, the same individual are surveyed repeatedly at fixed intervals over a period of time. This allows researchers to track changes within individuals and observe trends over time. The second is cohort studies. It follows specific groups of individuals who share a common characteristic or experience over time. For example, a cohort study might follow individuals born in the same year to examine how their life experiences and outcome evolve as they age. The third is trend studies. Trend studies involve surveying different samples from same population at multiple time points. While not following the same individuals, trend studies can still reveal changes in attitudes, behavior, or other variables within a population over time. Okay, the next point is key characteristic. The first is sampling from a population in context of survey. It's designed like selecting a subset of individual or unit from a larger group. like the group of people to participate in the survey. The goal of sampling is to obtain a representative sample that accurately reflects the characteristic, attitudes, behavior, or opinions of the entire population. Sampling is crucial in survey design because it's often impractical or impossible to survey every member of a population due to factors like time, cost, and logistics. By selecting a sample, researchers can collect data efficiently while still making valid inferences about the population as a whole. There are various sampling methods used in survey research, including random sampling, stratified sampling, cluster sampling, convenience sampling, and snowball sampling. And the next is questionnaires and interview. Okay, so questionnaire and interview are two primary methods used in survey designed to collect data from participants. Questionnaires are self-administered instruments where participants respond to a set of predefined questions, either in written or electronic form. So they are efficient for collecting data from large samples and are suitable for quantitative analysis. In contrast, interview involve direct interaction between the researcher and the participant within questions asked orally and responded recorded. Interview can be structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. Okay, next. Its key characteristics survey research. There are four. I will explain. The first is mild questionnaire. There are paper-based surveys sent to participants through postal mail. People fill them out by hand and send them back. It's like the traditional method that can reach a wide audience but might take longer to direct responses. The second is web-based survey or questionnaire. These surveys are conducted online, where online participants access questionnaire through a website or email or link. They fill out the question using their computer or mobile device. So it's modern method or current method. The third is focus group interview. In focus group interviews, a small group of participants come together in person or virtually to discuss a particular topic led by a moderator. And the fourth is telephone interviews. These interviews are conducted over the phone with the interviewer asking questions and recording responses. It's a direct method that can reach a diverse audience, but it might be intrusive and face challenges with response rates. Okay, next. We'll talk about types of research. There are two. The first is response rate and the second is response bias. Response rate. Pilot testing, the question, a pilot test of a questionnaire or interview survey is procedure in which a researcher makes changes in an instrument based on feedback from a small number of individuals. Okay, so response rate refers to the proportion of individuals or units in a sample who participate in a survey or research study. And the response bias is when the responses provided by participants in survey research studies systematically differ from the true values or opinions. This bias can arise due to various factors such as desirability, interviewer bias, and non-response bias. Response bias can distort the accuracy of survey results and lead to incorrect conclusions if not addressed or accounted for in a data analysis. Okay, so response bias for example, the individuals who return a questionnaire may be overly negative or positive. Okay, next. How do you construct and analyze mailed questionnaire? First, cover letter. A cover letter is a short message that accompanies a survey or questionnaire and is addressed to potential participants. It explains the purpose of the survey, assure participants of the confidentiality of their responses, and may provide instruction on how to complete the survey. It's like an introduction that helps set the tone and encourages people to participate. Second is overall questionnaire construction. This process of designing the survey of questionnaire, deciding what question to ask, how to structure them, and the order in which they should appear. Well-constructed questionnaire should be clear, concise, and easy to understand. And the third is data analysis of question. Once the survey responses are collected, the next step is to analyze the data to draw meaningful conclusions. This involves organizing and summarizing the responses, identifying patterns or trends, and interpreting the findings. Depending on the type of data collected, it's, for example, quantitative or qualitative, different analytical techniques may be used. For example, quantitative data may be analyzed using statistical methods such as descriptive statistics, while qualitative data may involve thematic analysis or coding of responses to identify common themes or categories. The goal of data analysis is to make sense of the survey result and draw valid conclusion based on the evidence collected. The next explanation is about how do you design and conduct an interview survey. Our 4 point. First is stance of interviewer. This refers to the attitude and behavior of the person conducting the interview. The interviewer's stance should be friendly, neutral, and non-judgmental to create comfortable environment for the interviewer to share their thoughts and experiences openly. The second is training of interviews. Interviews need to be trained in how to conduct interview effectively. This training includes learning how to ask questions clearly, actively listen to responses, and maintain a professional demeanor. Third is steps in interviewing. There are several steps involved in conducting an interview. These typically include preparing for the interview by reviewing the interview guide and any background information, establishing rapport with the interview, and also asking questions in a logical sequence, actively listening to the responses, probing more information when necessary, and closing the interview by summarizing key points and thanking the interview for their time. And the last is a telephone interview guide. This is a document or script that outlines the questions to be asked and the steps to follow during a telephone interview. It provides a structured framework for the interview to ensure that all relevant topics are covered and that the interview is conducted consistently across participants. The guide may also include tips or reminders for the interviewer. Next is what are potential ethical issues. Okay, according to Fowler, provides detailed attention to these phases in the survey process and the ethical issues they present at the outset. It is not that survey research is often exempt from a detailed review by institutional review boards unless it addresses sensitive topics or involve research with sensitive or minor population. Survey researchers can use incentives to encourage individuals to participate in a study, but these incentives should be so large that they become unethical for individual participants. Okay, the next is steps in conducting survey research. There are 8 steps. The first is decide if a survey is the best design to use. Determine a survey is the most appropriate method for collecting the data needed to answer your research question. Consider factors such as the nature of the research question, the feasibility of conducting a survey, and the availability of resources. Second is identify the researcher question or hypothesis. Clearly define the specific questions or hypothesis that the survey aims to address. Third is identify the population, the sampling frame, and the sample. Define the population of interest, the group of individuals or units that survey result will be generalized to identify a sampling frame, a list or method for identifying potential participants within the population, and then select a representative sample from this frame. 4 is determine the survey design and data collection procedure. Choose the appropriate survey design such as cross-sectional or longitudinal, and decide on the data collection methods such as online surveys, phone interviews, or paper questionnaire. Consider factors like cost, time, and the characteristics of the population. Fifth is develop or locate an instrument. So create the survey instrument, which include the question asked in the survey. Ensure that the instrument is clear, reliable, and valid for measuring the variables of interest. Alternatively, adapt an existing instrument that has been previously validated. 6. Administer the instrument. Implement the survey by distributing the instrument to the selected sample. This may involve sending out surveys via or mail or email, conducting face-to-face interviews, or using online survey platforms. 7 is analyze the data to address the research question or hypothesis. Once the survey responses are collected, Analyze the data to answer the research questions or test hypotheses. Use appropriate statistical or qualitative analysis techniques depending on the type of data collected and the research objectives. And the number 8, write the report. Okay, so finally, write a comprehensive report summarizing the survey findings, also discussing the implication of the result, and drawing conclusion based on the analysis. Communicate the findings in a clear and organized manner, and provide recommendation for future research or action based on the result. Okay, so how do you evaluate survey research? Whether the research consists of interviews or mail questionnaire, survey studies need to meet high standard of quality. If you plan to conduct a survey, you need to design and write method section in your study that contains the detailed survey research procedures. For educators who read and seek to use results from survey, a checklist of elements to include in a survey design can provide basic information to look for in a published study. Okay, so the steps describe and specify the target population and sample, identifies how the sample was delivered, discusses the size of the sample and the means for delivering the sample size, and use a type of survey. It's like longitudinal or cross-sectional. Choose one of them. It depends that matches the research question or hypothesis. Okay, next is key ideas in this chapter. Surveys are also useful for assessing information at one point in time. For example, a cross-sectional. Okay, so over time, longitudinal study and cross-sectional studies are of several types. It's examine current, beliefs, opinion, or practice. Okay, next. Its key characteristic of survey research. The first is constructing and using a mail questionnaire. The design of a mail questionnaire involves several components. It consists of a cover letter to invite participants to complete the question, and the construction of an instrument that is appropriate length and that contains an opening beginning with demographic questions, a series of close-ended questions, and closing statements. The data analysis consists of checking for response rate and bias, descriptive statistics, and inferential statistics to analyze the research hypothesis or question. The second is designing and conducting an interview survey. When interview surveys are used, researchers need to establish rapport and gain the confidence of the interview. This often requires training for the interview, attending to issues in the process of interviewing, and using an interview guide, potential ethical issues in survey research. And then the last, ethical issues in survey research involve engaging in good practices of the survey. So research is examined by institutional review boards. During data collection, attention needs to be given to using appropriate incentives and delivering on benefits guaranteed. The survey data collection procedure cannot put data collectors at risk for their safety. So maybe that's all the material that I can explain. The next session is closing of the presentation. Okay, because all the materials have already been delivered, I will read the conclusion about this material. In conclusion, survey design is a crucial process that enables researchers to systematically collect, analyze, and interpret data to address specific research objectives. By carefully crafting questions, selecting appropriate sampling methods, and considering ethical consideration, survey designers can ensure the reliability and validity of the data collected. Okay, we came to the end of the presentation. I would like to say thank you for to all my friends for joining in this presentation, and then I apologize if there are some mistakes in the presentation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.